Hey guys, it's me, Miss Mills, and welcome to Miss Mills Math Time. The whole point of this video is to help you out with applying systems of equations notes. So what that basically means is, the thing about systems of equations is they apply to the real world a lot more than you actually think, and you will see these problems, these word problems, a lot in tests from now on, just like ACT tests. It doesn't matter. You're going to see it, and you're going to see it in the real world as well. So what this is going to be basically is I'm going to help you figure out how to create equations based off of a word problem and then going ahead and solving it. So again, there's 3 different ways that you can solve it. There's graphing. That helps out if your equations are already in slope-intercept form or y equals mx plus b. But if they're not, another way I prefer to do it is substitution. That's where you solve one equation for y if you can, and then you can plug that into the second equation to solve for y, and then once you have y, you plug that back into one of the original equations to solve for x. And then the third way, which is elimination, that's where you can line up both your equations by locating which variable has the same coefficient in front of them, so which variable has the same number in front of them, and then subtracting down. So again, there's multiple ways to solve these, but I'm just going to go ahead and help you out with creating equations based off of word problems and then going ahead and solving them. There's a step-by-step process with this, so listen up and you'll be fine. Alrighty, so again, these notes are interactive, so you'd have to watch this video in order to get those answers. The video is going to be on slide number 2 right here, and let's go. Alrighty, so again, many real-world situations can be solved by systems of equations. To problem solve, follow these steps. So here are the steps. First, you're going to define your 2 variables and be sure to write them out. So the variables I'm going to be using consistently through this is x and y. I'm going to use those a lot. Those are the only variables. Those are my go-to variables. And to keep from confusing myself, I'm going to keep that up. I'm going to just use x and y. Once I do that, then I'm going to write out my systems of equations. So I'm going to write out my 2 equations, and then after that, I can go ahead and solve. Again, you can solve it any way that you want to. Just if you're graphing, make sure you have a piece of graph paper or something so you can go ahead and do that. And then last, you're going to find your answer to the question being asked. So these problems are not going to be like, hey, what are your x and y values? What's your ordered pair? They're going to be like, so what is, or how many tacos does Caroline have, or something like that, okay? So they're going to have a specific question they are looking for at the end, so make sure you read out the problem in its entirety so you're good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and practice. We only have 2 problems here. After you do this, there is a worksheet that looks just like what I just did. There's not going to be a video for this worksheet because there's 4 problems, and all of the problems are just like the 2 I am just about to do, okay? Where you have to define your variables, write your systems of equations. So you're going to write out your equations, solve it, okay? And put the answer right here, and then actually answer the question that they're asking. So I'll let y'all know that there's not going to be a video for that. If y'all need extra help with this, let me know, and I will make a video on Wednesday or over the weekend to help y'all out with that one. But let's go ahead and solve this first one. So it says at El Bracero's Mexican restaurant, you can get an order of chips and 2 tacos for $9.25. The cost of 2 orders of chips and 5 tacos is $21.75. What is the cost of an order of chips? All right, so first things first, it says we need to go ahead and define our variables. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, chips. I'm going to say chips. An order of chips, just one order, is going to be equal to my x value, all right? And then it says tacos, so I'm going to say that my tacos is going to be my y value, all right? So chips are x value and tacos are y value, and I wrote that out. Now I need to actually write out my systems of equation. So I need to look back at this problem. It says you can get an order of chips, so 1 order of chips and 2 tacos for $9.25. So on my piece of paper, I'm going to write down, I can get 1 order of chips, and again, chips are my x value, so I'm going to put 1x. So I can get 1 order of chips, and then it said, I think, 2? And 2 tacos for $9.25. So 1 order of chips plus 2 tacos for $9.25. So here's my first problem, okay? I can get 1 order of chips plus 2 orders of tacos, okay? And all of that is going to give me is going to be a total of $925. So that's how I wrote out my first equation. I wrote it out exactly by what it said. It's not a trick question or anything. Just, don't overthink on it, guys. It's not that bad. Just it said literally one taco or it said one chips and then 2 tacos was equal to 925. So that's my first equation, okay? Then after that, it says the cost of 2 orders of chips. So I'm going to put 2x down and 5 tacos. So 2 orders of chips plus 5 tacos. Okay. Again, chips is x, tacos are y. That total is going to be $21.75. So then it says, what is the cost of an order of chips? So first I need to solve the system, and then I can go ahead and answer the question. So here are my equations. 1 order of chips plus 2 order of tacos is $9.25, and then 2 orders of chips and 5 orders of tacos is going to be $21.75. So cool. I have my equations. So I'm going to write them out right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the end of this, click the enter button, and then you can say 1x plus 2y is equal to $9.25. And then the second equation is 2 tacos plus 2 orders of chips, plus 5 tacos is equal to $21.75. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and solve down. Neither of these variables have the same coefficient next to them. Neither of these are in slope-intercept form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can't solve this by substitution, because I also don't really have a piece of graph paper, so I think substitution might be my best bet. Plus we have decimals here, so graphing would be a little bit more difficult too because it's not whole numbers. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve it by substitution. So according to my substitution, my first step is I need to get it to where I need to get either x by itself or I need to get y by itself. So what I'm going to do here is, since x is already have 1 in front of it, I'm going to move this over here to get x by itself, all right? So let me bring that down real quick. We have 1x plus 2y is equal to 925, all right? So I want to move this over here to get x by itself. So I'm going to put the balance beam, and I'm going to say the opposite of plus 2y, the opposite of addition, is subtraction. Okay? So I'm going to cancel these out. They're opposites. I'll bring down this x value because 1x is equal to x. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put x by itself. And then these are not like terms, so I need to write out the entire problem. All right. So now what I have is x is equal to negative 2y plus 925. So what I can do is I can plug this whole thing, okay, guys? I can plug this whole thing, because this is what x is equal to, into this second equation for where x is and solve for y. So this problem is going to be a little bit more difficult than the other substitution problems you are used to, but the steps are the same, okay? And it's just like solving equations, okay? Where you distribute first if you can, combine like terms if you can, and then solve your 1 or 2 step equation, all right? So I'm going to substitute it in. We have 2x, my x value again is negative 2y plus 925, all right? And that is going to be equal to, plus 5y, and that's going to be equal to 21.75, all right? So now I'm going to solve a multi-step equation. Again, when you're solving a multi-step equation, your first step is, if you can, go ahead and distribute. I can distribute here. I have this 2, and I'm going to multiply it by everything inside of the parentheses. And I'm also going to do one more thing. Get the sun out of my eyes. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and distribute. 2 multiplied by negative 2 is going to give me negative 4y. 2 times 925. Again, if you need your Desmos calculator, I would use it. For me, though, I'm going to go ahead and say that plus 1850 plus 5y is equal to $2 or $21.75. So I distributed first, okay? Again, if you need your calculator, you can use it on this. Next, I'm looking on this side of the equal sign. I have two like terms that I can just go ahead and combine. -4 plus 5 is going to leave me with 1y by itself, okay? I'll bring down this plus 1850, and that's going to be equal to 2175, all right? So now I have a one-step equation where I can solve for, or a two-step equation if you see it like that I can solve for y. So I'm going to go ahead and put my balance beam. I need to get rid of this constant first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 1850 on both sides because that is the opposite of positive 1850. Alrighty. Alright. So what I'm going to do is these cancel out. They're opposites, and I can bring down this y value. Again, 1y is equal to y by itself, so I'm going to go ahead and put it by itself. And then I'm going to say 2175 minus 1850 is going to give me $3.25 left over. So y is equal to $3.25. So I know that was a pretty long process, but let me look back at my problem real quick. My y value is tacos. So now I know that tacos, so I'm going to say tacos, I can spell tacos correctly, are $3.25 each, okay? Because tacos are my y value. I just solved y and it was $3.25. So tacos are $3.25. So now I just need to find how much chips are, okay? And that's what the answer is going to be. It says right here, what is the cost for an order of chips? So once I solve for my chips value, I can put the answer right here. So what I have to do is my last step is now that I have my y value, I can substitute it into either one of these original equations to solve for x. I'm going to choose the one that I think is going to be easier, so I'm going to substitute it into this first one right here. So if I bring this all the way down, I have 1x plus 2. I'm going to substitute in for y, $3.25. And that is going to be equal to $9.25. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and solve. I can distribute first, so I need to do that first. I have 1x plus 2 multiplied by 325 is going to give me $6.50. And that is going to be equal to $9.25. And now I need to get x by itself. All right. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of the constant. The constant is $6.50. This is a positive $6.50. So I need to do the opposite, which is subtraction. And if I do it on one side, I have to do it on the other side as well. So these cancel out, they're opposites. I'm going to bring down my 1x. Again, x and 1x are equivalent, so I'm going to go ahead and put x by itself. And then 925 minus 650 is going to give me $2.75 left over. So that is going to be my answer. Chips is worth $2.75 per order. So I'm going to make this smaller so you can see the whole shebang. I solved x by itself, substituted it in. Once I got my y value, I was able to substitute it into one of the original equations to solve for x. So what I have right here is my x value is chips. So chips, an order of chips is $2.75 each. And the answer again was how much is the order of chips? So I'm going to say chips is $2.75 each. And that is going to be my final answer. So again, you're going to see systems of equations a lot. I went ahead and I looked at Nueve's menu, and I was able to create problems based off of Nueve's menu. And I was going to use it for this, but then I decided to go ahead and use another one. I still might use this for a test, maybe. I don't know. I'll let y'all know if I use Nueve's menu for my test problems. And you'll probably see, because I'll probably write it down. All right, my very last problem right here. So again, we need to define our variable first, then we can write down our equations, solve our equations, and then we can actually answer the first question itself. I'm going to get a drink of water. All right, let's go. All right, so what it says right here is the length of a rectangular garden is four more than 3 times the width. If the perimeter of the garden is 104 feet, what are the dimensions of the garden? All right, so I need to find my variables. Usually I would use x and y, but when you use length and width, usually you see an L for length and W for width. So I'm going to go ahead and use those variables for this problem. I'm going to say length. I can spell length. Going to be L. I'm going to make it, can I make that? No. That looks like a 1. Never mind. I'm going to say length is x, and I'm going to say width is y. All right, so I located my variables. Now I need to write out my equations. So what it says right here is it says the length of the rectangular garden is, okay? So what I'm going to put is the length of the garden is, so it's going to be x is equal to 4 more than 3 times the width. So I'm going to put 4 plus, because it's 4 more than 3 multiplied by the width, which is my variable is going to be y, okay? So here's my first problem. I wrote it out. It said the length is 4 more than 3 times the width. So I put 3y, 4 3's multiplied by the width, and then I put plus 4 to represent that is going to be my length. So that's going to be my first equation. So right here, I'm going to say x is equal to 4 plus 3y. All right, now I need another equation. It says if the perimeter of the garden is 104 feet, so again, I have that is right here. The perimeter is 104 feet, so I'm going to put 104 is equal to, that's the perimeter. What are the dimensions of the garden? So remember, whenever you are solving for the perimeter, it's going to be length plus width plus length plus width, or 2 length plus 2 width, okay? So what I'm going to write down is I'm going to put 2x. So if I added up the length, or I guess I can do it like this. I'll show you what I mean. Whenever you're solving for the perimeter of a square, so I'm going to put a square right here, or a rectangle. If you needed to find the perimeter of it, you would do length time or plus width plus length plus width, okay? So we're looking for the perimeter, not the area, so I need to add up all of the sides. So what I need to put is x plus y plus x plus y. Again, I can combine these like terms, so my equation is going to be 104 is equal to x plus x is going to give me 2x. 1y plus 1y is going to give me 2y. So I have my 2 equations. So I'm going to write out this one real quick on here. My perimeter is 104, and perimeter is 2 lengths plus 2 widths. All right. So now that I have my systems of equations, I can go ahead and solve. Again, this is one of the problems that would probably be the easiest to solve by substitution. So that's what I'm going to use. And these is also getting on my nerves. Oh, wow, that did a huge amount of difference. Cool. Sorry about that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute. I'm going to mark this out. I'm going to substitute this whole thing that's equal to x into this problem to solve for y. All right, so I have 104, the perimeter, is equal to 2. Again, my x value is this whole thing, 4 plus 3y. So I'm going to put that whole thing in for x. And again, I put everything in parentheses so I can organize it better. And then I'll bring down the rest of the problem, which is 2y. When you're solving a multi-step equation, first step is to distribute if you can. In this case, I can, so I need to do that first. So I'm going to take this outside number and multiply it by everything on the inside. Alrighty, so what I have here is 2 multiplied by 4. It's giving me 8. Plus 2 multiplied by 3. It's going to give me 6y, okay, because that variable goes with it. and then that's going to be plus 2y. All right. So now that I've distributed, the second step to solving a multi-step equation is combine like terms if you can. On this side of the equal sign, I have these two like terms. They both have y next to it, so I need to add them. So 6 plus 2 is going to give me 8y, and then I'm going to bring down the rest of the problem. 104 is equal to 8 plus. All right. Nice. Now I have a two-step equation where I can solve for y. So the first step is I need to get y by itself, so I need to get rid of this constant. The opposite of a positive 8 is a negative 8, so I'm going to subtract 8 on both sides. 104 minus 8 is going to give me 96. That is going to be equal to 8y because these are opposites, so they canceled out. So I'm going to bring that down. Last step is I need to get y by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 8. 96 divided by 8 is going to give me 12. These cancel out, they're opposites, so y is equal to 12, all right? So my width is equal to 12. So now I need to find my length. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute 12 into one of these two equations. It doesn't matter which one to solve for my length. I'm going to plug it into this one though because I think it'll be easier personally. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So what I have is x is equal to 4 plus 3 and then y. My y value is 12, so I'll substitute that in, and now I can solve for x. All right, so 3 times 12 is going to give me 36. 4 plus 36 is going to be 40. So my width is equal to 12 feet, and my length is equal to 40 feet. All right, so my x value is 40, my y value is 12. So what I'm going to put here is I solved the equation. I said my length I found was 40 feet, and then my width was 12 feet. Nice. So then I need to say the answer is, what are the dimensions of the garden? Again, I already kind of solved that. It is, or I can just say 40 feet by 12 feet. That works. And I solved the problem. All right. So guys, I know this one, these are going to be a little bit harder. So let me know if you have any questions. It's also a lot more steps, but I know y'all got it. If I need to add an extra video to help y'all out with applying systems by equations worksheet, let me know. Again, it's just going to be 4 problems, and it's just like what I just did, where you define your variables, create your equations, which is probably going to be the hardest part. So let me know if you need any help with that, and then solve the system and then answer the actual question. So guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all later.